Hey everybody, I am coming to you from the end of the health department's meeting today. It was almost 3.5 hours long, exhausting, overwhelming support for parent choice. I would say I took a lot of video and I'm planning on posting it, but I would say 90% at least were not masked. Of course, the whole, all the people on the health board and all that up front, they were masked, but 90% of the people in the audience were not masked. Of the people that spoke, I would say, I should have kept count, but I would say about 40 people at least spoke for parent choice, gave the science behind masks and mandates and vaccines and what this is doing to the kids. Not going to get into it on here. You can watch the hour and 15 minutes that I was able to video before my phone's battery died. But of all the people there, I would say, like I said, about 40 people or more that spoke against schools being mandated to make the kids wear masks. Maybe 3 people, that were wearing masks that were for the mandate. So overwhelming support for parent choice and for not mandating masks in schools. Yes, they did table to vote at the next meeting. I know some people were really bummed about that, but I can understand their point that they wanted to do some more research. They had just heard 2 hours of information, and, you know, kudos to them for wanting to research, especially Commissioner Collins, I think it was, who said, you know, this meeting actually might have changed his mind. He came in with the idea that the mask mandate was the only way to fix this. And he said he has grandchildren, and now he's taking into consideration depression and anxiety and all the other things that the masks can cause the children. And I respect that. I absolutely do. I know not everybody's happy about that. And they will meet next Wednesday. What date is that? Hold on. Okay, that's the September 15th at 4 p.m. They will meet again in the Raisin Room where the health department is to vote on, and they will have to allow public comment again. So let's make sure we get there again to remind them. But here's the kicker, and here's what I saw all night. Martha, whatever her name is, sorry, don't know her last name, but anyway, Martha, the health department person who's in charge, she is the one who makes the ultimate decision. The board can make a recommendation. They can recommend for mask mandates or against mask mandates, but ultimately Martha makes the decision on whether she is going to mandate masks in schools or not. And from everything that she said tonight, I can tell, now I shouldn't say that, but it's pretty much obvious that her mind is already made up. And she is for masking the children. And I don't think anything that we said tonight or anything that the board says will change her mind. I think she's already got her mind set on masking the children. And so now the question becomes, what do we, the parents, do at this point? Yes, I homeschool, so I don't have to worry about it. Sorry, for those of you who can't homeschool. I understand that there are lots of people who have to work and can't homeschool, or you've tried to homeschool your kids last year and it didn't go so well. And I understand that, and, you know, homeschooling is a choice, just like everything else. We're supposed to have a choice in America. But I would not send my child with a mask. I would not allow the school to test my child for COVID. And I heard several parents say that they are going to continue to send their children to school without masks, no matter what the mandate is. And enough of us, if enough of you stand up and say, we're going to continue to send our children. We're not going to quarantine. We're not going to keep them home for 2 weeks just because one person somewhere in the room tested positive for COVID. We're not going to send our kids masked for 8 hours a day so that they have all the physical and psychological issues that go along with masking. And that's what needs to happen. The parents need to stand up and say no. Just no. And what can the health department do? Really, what can they do? Yeah, the schools can suspend your children. They did that last year. There were kids that we heard from a parent that had her child suspended because her son pulled his mask down in class. And he was suspended, I think she said 3 or 4 times in the year because her son was not wearing his mask properly. That's ridiculous. Okay, so this has rambled on long enough. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is no matter what Martha decides, we need to stand up and we need to stand together. And I also wanted to let you know that I'm going to be posting as much of the video as I could take soon on my YouTube. And that is going to be in the comments below. Stand up, Lenawee. Stand up, Lenawee. I know it might be backwards, but you get the point. Stand up, Lenawee. Stand up.